it has been a while since I've been able to get out here. So today is the day. We're going to come out here and we're going to clean up the garden. Right, Kitty? I had some little zucchini that decided to produce. I have a lot of trimming and stuff. I'm going to try my hand at planting some of these, even though they're a little bit out of date. I got some lettuce and some dill on the side. I'm going to put some eggplant here. It seemed like it wanted to take off last time. I'm going to cut down and clean up and do some trimming. Things are a little wild, thus the wild garden. I don't get a lot of time to come out here and do things, so you gotta have time to do gardening. So I'll put some green beans here, some pumpkins, some pumpkin pie pumpkins, and we'll see how big those jack-o'-lanterns get. What is it, Gideon? What are you trying to get? Look at the zucchini or whatever it is. Came all the way over here. I'm just gonna leave him. He seems like he's doing pretty good. I gotta shore up these roses, tie them up, clean them up, just maintenance, right? No, Gideon, no, good boy. I'm gonna harvest some of this thyme because that would be a good thing to do. I'm gonna plant some carrots there, and I'm gonna see about planting some acorn squash. No, Gideon. I don't know what he's after. A mouse or what? I got lots of oregano in there. I'm going to go ahead and harvest and cut back and clean up. I got to pull this grass. I have to cut this back because it wants to go all over the place. And I need him just to go up here. I'm going to come over here and cut this sage back because he is just gangbusters. But it seems like the lemon tree and the sage like it together. Look at all these lemons. So I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to support my lemon tree. Yeah, he's just a little wild back here, but the lemon tree's doing pretty good. So there you go. Lots of work to do. I cut the grass back again. All right. Kitty. I'm going to try and plant some flowers in there. No, honey. No, you stay out of there. No, Kitty. Oh, you want the lizards. You want the lizards? Yeah, and you're not going to have those, okay? You can't catch them anyway. Come on, sweet boy. All right. That's it for now. I'll edit some more when I get to working. I've heard a lot about how many microorganisms are on the soil. I know that seems very elementary, but in the past I would prepare my fall beds by digging them through and adding more soil. This year I'm experimenting. And I'm going to try to not disturb the soil so much. I'm going to pull what I need to pull. The beds are very compact. As water and time go by and things decompose in the soil, you're getting a compaction. But the thing I like about the planting in raised beds is you're not walking around the soil. So you're not getting as much compaction if they weren't in raised beds. So You're allowing the airflow and the root systems and all of that to have an easier time. So that's why I don't want to disturb the soil, because I don't want to disturb all the good bacteria and microorganisms that are in the soil. My garden is an organic garden, and I want to keep it that way, and all the beneficial insects and beneficial microbes keep the bad guys down, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to experiment this year with my fall garden and see how things do, not adding more soil and amending. I'll amend in the spring. So there you go. These things, the best things ever. If you're cutting a really thick branch, it'll ratchet down on it. It'll hold it, and then you can keep cutting through it. It's really cool. All this debris. It's not really good to keep debris, especially with roses. It's not good to keep debris around the base. A lot of disease can break out if you have that. But also, it just depends. You've got to do your research on the type of things that you're growing, because otherwise the leaves and things provide a type of mulch and ground cover to keep the weeds at bay. So, you know, this is definitely an experiment. I am by no means a master gardener. Though I've been gardening for many, many years. There's so much to learn and so much to know. And what works for you in your climate may not work for someone else. So I'm kind of a lazy gardener. Don't have a lot of time to get out here. So mine acts as mulch. As soon as I clear these roses out though and give them some fertilizer, I think they're going to be a lot happier. I think I've mentioned this before, that vineyards, growers will plant roses at the beginning of their grapes, beginning of all their rows, because however the roses are doing is a good telltale of how your grapevines are going to be doing. So that's kind of what my reasoning was for planting roses in between all my beds, because it's a good indicator of how things are doing, visual indicator. So betting they're pretty. I want to kind of train them up to go up and over these trellises, but again, I'm not staying on top of them very well. I'm going to try and do some of that today. Okay, so in the past, I have tried to fill in rows, but that hasn't worked out well for me. So this year I'm going to try and propagate. I forget the word. Scatter the seeds and see if I can thin them out. I'm doing lettuce, black-seeded Simpson lettuce, and mammoth dill. I think that's dill. Yeah, dill. Heart shade, that's what this is. Late summer into fall, that's what this is. So broadcasting, that's the word. So I'm going to broadcast the seed. Lettuce is 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to take some of this and just lightly cast it. And put some of this. I can't find my words today. Drip hose and little pointy nozzles here. Hopefully that'll give me enough water. I have a sprinkler thing set up, so we'll monitor that and see how that goes. So, there you go. I've got to harvest a bunch of stuff. The herbs, like this sage is just really going gangbusters. If I cut back some more of this sage, you can see that it's gonna grow and grow and grow and grow some more. So if you want sage, let me know. You know who I am and where I live. I'll bring some to church with me. Sagebrush is one of the most prolific I've ever seen. And it just likes this area. The purple shade. I'll take it. Keep coming back. And I'll keep producing. Really like to be take a lesson from that. I love cooking with fresh herbs. So good for you. I saved some of these seeds for next year. You can see that. These guys. So I'm saving those right here. But some of this growth is due to the fact that I cut it back last year. And herbs is one of those things, as I mentioned before, that do really well when you cut them back. They'll keep producing, so don't just pull them up, just give them a really heavy prune. And yeah, we'll get some good yields here. This is all cut back from last year, so I'm gonna grab it. And of course there's several different kinds of oregano, several different kinds of herbs, so you just kind of have to figure out which one works best for you in your area and which one you like to cook with. I think this is Genovese basil, or not basil, sorry, oregano. So good. So good to cook with. I mean, especially like chop this up and put it in dressings even. And it's so good for you. If you guys have ever heard of oil of oregano, so good. I think it, if I can remember correctly, it cuts down on inflammation, and it's got antimicrobial properties, antifungal properties. I think I even heard that it helps with respiratory illness, like I have asthma. Helps with that. And, I love cooking with fresh herbs. They're so versatile. You don't just need to do chicken and fish and hang on. It's my aunt telling me she's back. Not just like chicken and fish, but you can also put in eggs. Tarragon is really good in eggs. Oregano is really good in all kinds of things. Not only spaghetti sauce, right, which you know, but soups, other kind of sauces, even just a simple brown butter sauce with sage is like amazing if you've never done that. Brown butter, it's like the most amazing thing, and it's so simple. But I'll take a good amount of this and just dry it. On the bottom. So it's really gonna like that I cut it back. I'm gonna pull all this grass out of here. It's just going to keep going, keep producing, which is what I want. So don't be afraid to prune things. We all need pruning, right? We all need pruning. Help us be more fruitful, more healthy. Getting rid of some of this old growth and seeds. I don't need that many seeds. This plant's going to keep going. I can tell, but I want it to be healthy. Okay, same thing with the thyme. I'll pull a good amount of this thyme up. Keep these rebars in to keep in out of the beds. Because otherwise, I'll go poking around in there trying to get a lizard. Okay, I'm gonna put carrots in this bed. Just take a bunch of it. You can see the stalks and just give them a good haircut. Right? And again, I sound like a broken record, but this will really benefit from all the pruning. Something is burrowing its way up here. I don't know what it is. Just give them a good haircut. Oh, it smells so good. I love herbs. I wish I could spend more time out in the garden than I do. I really love it. I love growing things. It's such a peaceful feeling for me to be out here doing this. I consider myself very fortunate and lucky. This bed has way too much water in it. I'm surprised there's not more mushrooms. There were a lot of mushrooms in that other bed. I'm gonna pull that grass out of that other bed and dry a bunch of these herbs. I just do them on the counter after I rinse them all off, wash them off really good. I put them on a paper towel and I let that dry, and then I roll it up in another dry paper towel. And it pulls the moisture out, and then you can store, after they're dry, you can store your herbs. So much better to grow them yourself. So to go buy it. Herbs are expensive in the grocery store. Have you seen this? I went to go try to buy fresh herbs one time, and I'm like, are you kidding me? $5 for a little thing. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I can grow a whole bed of herbs for $1. and it'll keep giving. Anyway, that's enough of my yakking. Crabgrass has gotten all in here, choking things out. Getting tired. I think it's going to be time to stop pretty soon. I have got to trim these rose bushes. As with a lot of things, crabgrass, you've got to get out by the root. Don't just cut it. It's very vigorous and invasive. I don't know if this little bell pepper is going to do very well. I might have to dig him up.